Hey, what's going on, guys? It is the Rogue Island here. My name is Trent.
And I'm Garrett.
And today, guys, we're going to be doing our first episode of TV Talk. Today, guys, we're going to be doing a TV Talk on... that was actually pretty cool. On The People versus O.J. Simpson, American Crime Story. I think
For his life.
I think the title of the video, I'm probably just going to put TV Talk, People versus O.J. Simpson, because that's a long title.
Well, they'll see, so you don't have to explain it.
Yeah. So there are going to be spoilers in this review, so if you don't want to be spoiled on anything from the real thing or from the show, then please be sure not to watch this video until you go watch it and come back here, watch it, and like it and all that stuff.
Don't want to be spoiled from the real thing?
Yes.
So,
like the real actual case.
Yeah, like 20 years later?
Yeah. Anyway, so basically, it's about the people versus O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson, he was tried for double count of homicide for killing Nicole Brown, Simpson, and Ron Goldman.
Yes.
And this whole thing's about how he's trying, or the defense versus the prosecution, basically, and all their stories in between and stuff like that. But it's mainly centered around OJ. So Garrett, what did you think about the series?
It was very it was almost like a documentary type film, but it was like interesting. I mean, I knew the case happened, but I didn't know too much about it because I'm just younger. Mm-hmm. I was young whenever I wasn't even born when it happened.
Yeah.
So it was kind of just like it was a documentary that like followed along that almost had character development. It was just it's all funny because it's all based on the real thing, and it's interesting to see how many events just happened in that one case.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I love it. Like, it kind of sucks that it's only one season, which, you know, it makes sense because this only took place in, like, a year and a half or something like that. But, I mean, I really like it. It's, like, it's just so good. You know, like, all, like, Cuba Gooding Jr.? Is that what his name is?
Yeah.
He does good. So does David Schwimmer. I forget what the girl's name who plays Marsha Clark. Gordon from Supernatural. He does a good job as Chris Darden. But yeah, I just love the drama in it, and sometimes it makes you feel like you feel bad for OJ. Sometimes
it's almost funny because it's like a case of fiction. I mean, the truth is stranger than fiction.
Yeah,
like, could you have expected any of those events to happen? Like a racist, a glove that doesn't fit.
Yeah,
possible like two people having the exact same car in the murder case, like. All these events that played out. Yeah.
I mean, it's weird because at the beginning, I think it makes you, like, a little bit in the beginning, it makes it look like he's guilty. And then it makes him feel like he's innocent. And then at the end, guilty. And then at the very end, like, guilty or innocent. Like, you just sort of have to...
It makes you feel sympathetic for all the characters.
Yeah.
Like, feel bad for the Goldmans because they lost their son just to an unfortunate case.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like if... OJ didn't do it, he would have been treated horribly by the cops, by the courts, because he was in prison for the whole year while he was waiting for trial.
Yeah.
So if he was proven innocent, well, I mean, he was proven innocent.
Yeah.
But if he actually didn't do it, like, we don't. It's all up to speculation.
About that later.
But if he didn't do it, he would have been treated horribly for a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, do you have, like, a favorite part of this show or scene or whatever? It's a mini-series, sort of, but...
I would probably say the conclusion. I just liked how see how it all wrapped up in the verdict.
Yeah. My favorite part probably is just... I love the defense team. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because of the actors or something, but like they had a lot of confidence sometimes, which is weird because like for Cochran, sometimes it made it look like he was the bad guy, even though like you know he went to church every Sunday and he was like he wanted to fight for blacks' rights.
He was just some more experienced. Like their crew was just more experienced lawyers. Like
yeah, well, remember what Marsha Clark says? Like they're all alpha dogs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like they were gonna like chew each other out or whatever.
Yeah, but like they were all like the top lawyers money can buy, and the attorneys, the district attorneys, like they were good.
There's only two,
but you could tell that they were inexperienced at times, and
yeah, they messed up sometimes.
To let the emotions get best of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, do you feel like the show may have tried to focus more on the prosecution? Like, hey, the prosecution are the good guys. These are just the necessary, and the defense is the necessary evil.
I kind of felt like they did it both and good on both sides. I mean, Johnny Cochran, like, he got some bad because he beat his wife and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he got some bad rap, but then you made a feel for him whenever you showed him getting arrested by the police. Like, you could see where he was coming from, and you could, like, OJ's Cuba Gooding Jr. Like, I'm pretty sure OJ wasn't as good of an actor. Like, maybe you could tell more upright if he was innocent or not. But Cuba Gooding Jr. makes you question if he's innocent or not. Like,
yeah, because like I mean, I look at OJ, like I look at real pictures of OJ, and I'm like, he might have done it, you know.
yeah,
But Cuba Gooding Jr., he's like more soft-hearted, I think.
yeah.
Do you have like a favorite character?
Favorite character. I kind of like Chris Darden a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because he cared about the facts. Like, he had no stake in it. Like, you couldn't say he was racist because he was black. So, and you couldn't say he was just being like. He was just like the most pure voice. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Who would you say your favorite is?
I'd probably say maybe Cochran, just because like I mean, I feel like he truly did have good intentions, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he made like because a little bit of me feels like none of them actually cared about OJ being innocent. They just wanted to win so that they could be
famous or
something like that, I guess, or maybe like I mean they were obviously getting paid, so maybe they think, oh well, if I win, more recognized. I don't know, but like I think I just like Cochran overall. I mean,
well, when he first came in, he's like, before I accept this case, I have to ask OJ if he's innocent or not.
Yeah.
Like,
then,
he wanted.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
He wanted to make sure he was being honest.
Yeah, that was a good scene. Also, okay, so do you have like any like bad parts about the show or any improvements you might make on it?
Well, I wouldn't make any improvements because it was based on reality, but.
Well, I meant like
maybe,
acting wise or
maybe focused. I kind of wish a little more time was given to like the. I mean, I know they didn't know much about the jurors deciding and stuff, but like the verdict just happened. Like, it was such a short scene. Like,
yeah,
the rest of the movie was dragged out, but like the verdict, I know it happened so fast, but they always talked about the demon, like she was gonna change everything, but like shows one scene, she's like, I said he was guilty, and I was like, no, like
I'm.
They didn't talk about any more of the deliberation. What do you think needed improvement?
I really can't. Well, I really can't think of any. A little bit of me thinks. Okay, I'm not saying that this is like a worst part. It's actually, I guess it's kind of cool. But like, remember like all those little tie-ins they made with the Kardashian kids and stuff like that.
Mm.
Like, what did you think of that?
Well, what did you think of it?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I thought it was pretty cool a little bit.
I liked it.
Seeing them when they were like kids. I mean, it obviously wasn't them as kids, but like, I mean,
it was obviously attention draw as we were talking about. Yeah,
a little bit, yeah. But yeah, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head like that. But yeah, I just that little thing. Do you have anything? Okay, so this next part, it's gonna be a little weird. You can do this based on real life or in the show, but do you have like any theories, like maybe who actually would have killed them, or
who did I think did it?
Yeah.
Well,
I
didn't watch a real life case, so just based on the movie, it almost seems like the three suspects we can both agree on, right? Is OJ, AC maybe,
yeah,
and the cops.
Cops.
I mean, I think OJ did it because of the ticking time bomb thing, where he beat his wife, and it just seems like the next escalation on the timeline fit and all of that. So, who did you think did it? Like,
well, if this wasn't based on real life, you would think probably AC because like he looks up to OJ, and then if he realized like OJ's girl was like cheating on him with like a Ron Goldman, he'd be pissed off, you know.
Yeah.
So like he just like do that.
He had the Bronco.
Yeah.
And it's when like the people that witnessed him, it was dark at night, so it's kind of hard to tell people.
Yeah. So wait, so do you think the cops may have planted evidence? Because like Mark Fuhrman, like he said, like I assert my Fifth Amendment right whenever he asked him like, have you planted evidence in this case?
Right.
He could have easily said no, but he didn't.
Well, I mean, he was just trying to like be straight over. Like he knew he was gonna say the Fifth Amendment. He just asked him a question because his lawyer told him not to talk at all. So he was just saying Fifth Amendment for everything, but
yeah,
he definitely could have planted it. I mean, you said he was called to the home for the
like he mentioned saying like I've been up there sometimes and
like OJ. Well, they said in the case that O.J. Simpson was called to the house. I mean,
Mark Fuhrman.
Mark Fuhrman was called to the house for the domestic abuse between O.J. Simpson and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he saw that and put in the evidence after the fact that she was killed.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he would kill her just to make it up.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like, I mean...
Do you think it could be a combination of people?
Well, I mean, for me to believe it was, like, the cops, I would think, like, they took advantage of the situation. They took advantage of 2 dead bodies to frame OJ.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. But, I mean, I don't know. I can't think right now. But, like...
Maybe OJ was there. And he was arguing with his wife, his ex-wife, and then she called the cops, and then Mark Fuhrman came up, and then it got out of control, and they both got killed, and Mark Fuhrman saw OJ running away, and they planted the blood.
Maybe.
No, I don't know. Something to explain is how his left hand was cut, right?
Yeah.
Like, how did his hand get cut? Was it, like, running away? He cut it on the
he said that
air conditioning?
Yeah, he didn't really give a clear answer on that.
He said he broke it on a glass bottle.
Yeah. Also, another theory I have is that... Well, I don't think he would actually do that, though. I was going to say, like... You know how, like, Marsha Clark's nudes got leaked to the public?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that maybe it may have been, like, the defense team, like Cochran or something. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if Cochran would do that openly, but...
It might have just been the newspaper looking into the past.
Maybe.
Or
like maybe
Marsha's
her
ex-husband
probably got like bribed or something to do that or whatever the crap. This next part I don't know really if it makes any sense or anything, but like, I mean, this is almost 10 hours long, and this next part's like spin-offs, movies, and prequels, but like you really can't do anything with this.
I mean, you could do the civil court.
What's that?
Well, they were trying the People's Court, which is on federal charges and stuff.
Yeah.
Where the attorney tries convicting him of crimes, like murder is considered a federal crime, and like breaking and entering is considered a federal crime. Mm-hmm. But the civil court deals with personal offenses against 2 people. Like, if I kill you, you go to the federal court, but then I can also sue you for civil thing for messing with it's hard to explain, but there's 2 courts. Mm-hmm. So civil court is actually where he gotten. Like there was in the People's Court they completely like mishandled his case, but in the civil court they got all their stuff together and they got him because he had to pay the $33 million.
Yeah,
that's where he got convicted. The $33 million is in the civil court.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a spinoff, maybe.
Maybe.
What do you think?
I mean, I really can't think of anything. I think it just ended on good terms. I mean, it's the most acclaimed show of 2016. I think it was, or on FX probably. I don't know. I forget what it was, but like, I mean, it was a really good show. I'd probably put it in my. Well, it's a mini series, so I don't know if I'd call it a show, but like, if it was
considered a movie type situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's definitely like. I mean,
it's almost like the Lord of the Rings, like, you know, the trilogy. Like, the Lord of the Rings together was like 10 hours. It's almost like an extended movie series.
Yeah. What do you think about the rewatch value? High, low, medium?
I almost don't want to rewatch that. I kind of want to rewatch the case. I mean, watch the
real thing.
Yeah.
So sort of like medium for you then. Mm-hmm. I think it's really high. Like
because you obviously watched it twice now.
Yeah, I have. It just, I don't know why, but it just, like, sort of, it gets better every time I watch it a little bit. But I don't know.
There's a lot in it, so there's stuff to
like, you can also, like, study on the case, too, and everything.
Facial reactions, because their facial reactions, like, they made sure they were, like,
dead
spot on for everything, so you have to look at everyone.
Well, wait, what did you just say? Like their facial
reaction. Well, there's more than one person's face in a scene, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe even though the scene's focused on Johnny Cochran, maybe Robert Shapiro is like doing something in the background type deal. Because maybe like obviously other stuff's happening during the case. Like obviously Robert Shapiro in real life was doing something else while Johnny Cochran was talking or something. Something to that effect. But go ahead.
Okay. What would you rate the show?
I kind of liked it a lot, so I'm gonna give it a 9.
A 9.
Yep.
And is there any particular reason why?
I kind of like the documentary type feel to it, mixed with like drama-ish type feel to the. I don't know. It was just. It was just good. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm sorry.
Right. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. I just think it, for being like a miniseries, it was really good and it drew me in. Cause like, I mean, before that, I knew a little bit about the O.J. Simpson stuff, but I didn't care about it. Mm-hmm. This show made me want to research and talk and just watch the real life stuff about it, cause it was just, I mean, really interesting, But I mean, there's like so much footage on that case, like from everything, like when they're on Larry King Live and everything, and
the shot angles you were talking about.
Yeah, the shot angles, like those are like the footage like that they had in there from those shot angles. It looks exactly the same, So together that comes up to
90.2,
9.3. Yeah, which is a 9.3. We'll just round up to the nearest tenth. Yeah. All right. But yes, it'll be a 9.3. That's really good for this.
Definitely worth watching.
Yep, definitely worth watching. So, I know we didn't. We sort of touched on this a bit, but like, do you think OJ did it?
Yes. What do you think?
I think.
Final thoughts.
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
I think he may have done it. Probably. I mean, I feel like it's because like they didn't even research any other suspects, So you kind of get it with Rob Kardashian being like, oh well, there's like no other suspects. All the evidence points to him. It's just too much to not or too much to ignore.
I mean, there's a long shot of AC and the long shot of the cops, but
yeah, but
way too elaborate almost for anyone else except for like the basic straightforward.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that's going to be everything. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, please be sure to hug that like button. Also, comment down below
who do you think did it.
Who do you think did it? And also what you think about the show as well. And comment down suggestions on what we can do better to make our content better for you guys. Did I say subscribe?
I'll say it again.
Well, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more content as well. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Rogue Island HQ. And yeah, I think that's everything. So, this has been the Rogue Island. My name is Trent.
Along with Garrett.
And we will see you guys in the next one.